but they are all good. All right, lightning rates are picking up. I like this. A Kamoon, okay. Very, very good monster in Siege and Guild War. Very good monster. So awesome to have that. Let's keep going. We got lots. Okay, I'm liking these lightning rates, come to us. I'm liking these lightning rates. All right, a Dryad. What is going on, summoners? We're back on the beginner account today, and we've got some crazy new events going on for the Summoners War 6th year anniversary. For beginner accounts, newer players, this event is absolutely incredible. I mean, it's amazing for no matter where in the game you are, really. But it's been awesome. So we've been grinding away, and we've got our 100 summons already bought and ready and waiting to go for this video. So super excited for that. We've got a little over 100 summons today, actually. So we've done this one. We've already got a few extra coins as well. I don't know if we're going to go for the Reaps and Devilmons right away. At this point, I honestly think we're going to start by crafting a rune. And for this account, given how early it is in the game and where we're at in the game, typically Violent and Will runes are going to be your best runes to go for with an event like this. Because of the uniqueness of this event, for later game players in RTA, specifically focused on RTA, if you've got a couple weak Swift slots that are weak in the speed department, then this event is really good for that, because you can roll it up to +6 after already getting the substats you want. So you can pretty much guarantee yourself at least a plus 16 to 18 speed rune on the first 2 power-ups, and then you still get 2 more additional power-ups after that, after you craft the rune for the event. So really good chance at getting well over a 20 speed rune, and after you get grinds, it'll be at least a 20, 23, 22 speed rune. So but for this account, I think Violent is going to be the way to go, because for where we're at in the game, that is by far going to be the most versatile thing, and what we're going to really need as we get into this. There are some criteria. I haven't crafted runes yet in this event. As to, you can only do the same type and stat main property. You can't do the same one for both runes. So if we can't do Violent for both, then we'll do Violent Will. But I think we're going to do a Violent crit damage slot 4 rune, and then either a Will HP slot 6 rune or a Violent HP slot 6 rune, depending on what we need to do, as those are often some of the more versatile ones. Slot 2 speed is also a really good one to go for. Slot 4 HP and slot 6 attack percents are also very, very good to go for. So if you guys are thinking about what runes to craft, Violent Will, slot 2 speed, slot 4 crit damage HP, slot 6 HP and attack percent is what you're going to be looking for. And then obviously in terms of your substats, you're going to want for the slot 2 speed, you're going to want HP percent, defense percent, attack percent, and then probably crit rate or accuracy to be your 4 substats. Ideally, right, you've got a month and a half to re-roll these runes to get the substats that you want. So take the time and prioritize the runes over most of the other stuff in the coin shop, with the exception of maybe Devilmon and Reap Stones, because they are exceptionally rare and valuable resources in the game. I bought those on my main account first. Now it's going to be focused on runes. Everything else in the shop is just a matter of helping to speed things up. And not necessary to be bought after you craft your runes and get your gems and grinds. So for this account, like I say, I think our first go. Now we also have a Sierra, so we could look to do really good runes for our Sierra to start off with, or the Fran. And in both cases, a slot 6, maybe attack percent, might actually be the way for us to go. But we're going to confirm that our first slot is going to be Violent. And what should we do, guys? I'm thinking a slot 6 rune will be the first one to go for. And then slot 4, we can kind of base that on for our second rune, what we might need for our Sierra. to really get her up and running, because that's who we have. But Fran is a really good one to look at. Lauren is a really good one to look at for violent runes. Any major damage dealer, nuker in the game is really good on violent as well, like when it comes to like PvP side of things. And we've already got a good rage set from our challenges, so I don't ever recommend crafting rage in this type of event. Stick to violent will and maybe swift, depending where your account is at. All right, so we're going to do slot 6 there. And then our next one will be main property, but I think we need one more coin before we can actually confirm our main property. But I think we're going to do it as attack %, and that's going to be the first stage here. So step 2 will be where we start to roll out the sub properties, and you get to re-roll them with 5 coins as many times as you want, over and over and over again, until you get the substats that you want. And then so we've done rune crafting events like this in the past, and usually after you get the 4 substats that you want, that's it, you craft your rune, you're done. This one actually has a first time ever, as it says here in step 3, where you get to power the rune up to +6 using 10 coins. And then you can basically re-roll those, the +6 roll with 2 coins indefinitely until you get the +6 rolls that you want. So super, super incredible event. We also get gems and grinds. Make sure you're going for legend. And I would say if you're early game, go for gems and grinds of the rune types that you craft, because then you can really make those runes premium. And it'll be 2 of the best runes on your account for probably a long time. If you're later in the game, then go for whatever rune sets that you need. It's probably still going to be Violent Will. Let's be honest. Make sure you're getting legend quality. Don't settle for a hero quality. For grinds, I would recommend definitely 2 speeds, probably. 1 for each of your runes. So at least 2 legendary speed grinds. And a third one could be, HP % or attack % or defense %. For the gems, again, if you're early game, depending on how your 2 runes roll out to +6, there should be sub properties that are hopefully left at like let's say 8% HP, because it didn't roll into it after you roll it up to +12. Let's say it still doesn't roll into it. So roll your runes to +12 first, then pick your gems. And if that, say, HP % never rolled, so it stayed at 6 to 8 or whatever you settled on, get the gem for it. And as you can see here in our preview, we got a revenge gem here. The HP roll is 9 to 13%, so you're going to get something higher than the default roll. So get it for the gem type that you're going for, but again, we want legend quality. So use your gems to get that, and it doesn't hurt to get an extra one being speed or something as well, so that you can have more of a bruisery rune. It won't be super fast, but to go on a rune later on. These legend gems are so incredibly rare, even when you're farming R5 like all the time. The legend gems are so incredibly rare, so take this opportunity to get the best ones that you can get, the highest value ones that you can get. Don't be in a rush. You've got a month and a half. If you're farming, you're gonna have tons of coins. All right, you guys, that is it for this one. So that is where we're at with the event. We're going to be pushing into the runes. We'll do all our rune crafting on video. I'm not going to do it offline like I do a lot of other farming. We'll just do farming to gather more coins. The other big cool thing that they added with this event is this isn't an event. This is an ongoing thing that's going to persist moving forward unless they ever change it again. But it's the Summoner's Way quest line. And this quest line gives you a ton of rewards for every step of the way. So level 1, there's 30 quests that you need to do. Each one, some of them are retroactive, such as clear the boss in Mount White Dragon in normal mode. We didn't have to go back and do that again. It already credited us because we had already done that. But doing things like send 10 friend requests or get 5 attribute essences low from attribute dungeons, we had to go back and do those things on this quest step, and you have to collect the reward of a quest step before you can move forward and complete the next one. When it comes to the anything from attribute dungeons, you can't do it from the magic dungeon. You have to go into the actual light, dark, fire, water, wind dungeons to do those. If for equipping runes, You can simply unequip one rune and then re-equip it if it meets the criteria of what's in the quest, whether it's equipping 4 fatal runes. You know, you unequip 1 fatal rune, you equip it back on to complete the set, boom, you get the credit. Equipping 4 plus 12 runes, as long as the monster's got at least 4 plus 12 runes, unequip 1, equip it back on, you get the credit. So that way's easy. I believe the arena victory points is based on what you're currently at, so we got up to the plus 12 there. There are also a couple of 4-star monster skill power up. So this is basically like a 4-star Devilmon. It can only be used on monsters that are in your inbox at the time, not in your storage. And I highly recommend, if you've got any special LD4s, use it on those first. Otherwise, use it on monsters like I'm currently upgrading my Lapis actually to help speed up her Fame and Hell runs, because we first finished our Skogul. We got his second skill maxed out, and then now we're doing this. If you've got something like a Lucian or a Galleon or one of these really awesome Nat 4s that need skill ups, prioritize those. But I don't have any more of those right now, so I've been using them on Lapis. But I believe you get 2 of them here on level 1, and then once you complete all 30 quests in level 1, you get a legendary scroll. Super awesome, right? Level 2, this is where we're at right now. Again, there's 2 more of those 4-star Devilmon, if you will. They are used in real time. You have to use them when you claim the reward. So again, we just picked our Lapis for that. One thing I will mention here that kind of took me by surprise. If you've already cleared TOA floors that are required for this, you can just go back and clear that floor again and you'll get the credit. The thing that I got confused on when I did this first on my main account is level up monsters 20 times. That's not level up monsters to max 20 times. That's simply gain 20 levels through farming based on whatever criteria. In this case, it's scenario hell mode battles. So you simply have to gain 20 levels with whatever monsters are in that group, and that's it. So you can do that in like 1 to 2 runs depending on what you're bringing in for your fodder, and make that really, really easy. So the thing that we're stuck and waiting on right now is reach level 5 with Sanctum of Energy. I hadn't been leveling that building up. I had been prioritizing my other glory buildings, so I've had to come back and do this, and we're kind of stuck here right now because we don't have enough glory points to finish it out. It's not super expensive, okay? Our level 4 upgrade that we're looking to purchase next is 140 glory points. So it's still cheaper than the weekly Devilmon, and I think the last one will be like 150 or 160 glory points. So we've almost got enough right now. I refreshed my wings with crystals so that we could go and farm some more of those to try and get this up. Because when we clear this, we get 750 crystals. Well, once we clear the rest of these stages, which will actually be pretty easy. Join a guild, we'll get credit for that already because we're in a guild. Then we open up level 3. You can't see what these quest lines are, but they are here. And you do need to buy 1 set of Ifrit pieces as one of the stages. I think it's like stage 5 or 7 or something like that in level 3. That you need to buy 1 set of Ifrit pieces from the guild shop, so make sure you're saving up 300 guild points for that. But once you complete all 20 of these, you get a Transcendent Scroll, you guys. This is a guaranteed Nat 5, okay? It cannot summon anything below a Nat 5. So you're going to get a guaranteed Nat 5 when you complete this, and this is for every single player in the game. Free of charge, you get this, so hoping to get to level 3 within the next few days here, hopefully by the next video even, so that we can summon a fresh Nat 5 on video. And that will be super hype, super hype. Looking forward to that. So yeah, we're working on level 2 right now. Hopefully we'll get that done within the next couple days, because Sanctum of Energy level 5, we're already trying to grind out our glory points. So it should come fairly easy for us. One thing that I've been neglecting doing lately is actually going through my runes, powering up some runes, and seeing if we can't improve the runes on some of our monsters. I've been powering a lot of the existing ones up to plus 12 as part of the Summoner's Way quest line, but we haven't really gone around changing runes around, so to speak. So that is something that we do need to do. This can be obviously powered up, and if we get some crit rate out of it, even better because that'll max out for its crit rate without having to plus 15 the slot 4 rune, which it can be very expensive, right? Now, one really neat thing that they did with the whole free 100 summons as part of the 6-year anniversary event here is they give out 10,000 mana with each scroll. So you get 100,000 mana for your scrolls so that you can summon all your scrolls without impacting your existing mana pool. And I thought that was really, really awesome of them. All right, so we got 2 rolls into flat HP and 1 into crit rate. Hey, that's all right. We're up to 92% crit rate right now. So we need 8% more. Let's see if we can't max this out. Because obviously when Verd is 100% crit rate, he is guaranteed to boost your team up by 40% attack bar every time he attacks. This is also a really good monster to have on Violent, because when he Violent procs, gets an additional turn, now your whole team just gained 80% attack bar. Your whole team almost got like just an additional turn because of 1 proc off of Vertiheal, and that's just crazy, crazy strong in dungeons, in TOA, in all of it. So, oh, my alt account just encountered Artemiel on stage 80 of TOA Hard, so we'll have to go back after this video and manual that stage, I think. In the meantime and in between time, we're just gonna let that account farm on the side, so that hopefully we can gain some juicy, juicy runes over there. All right, this one is taking its sweet time to power up. As you can see, we've gotten quite a bit of mana from doing all the farming and all the quest lines and events and everything that's going on right now. We've accumulated a decent amount of mana, so we should be putting in the time right now to actually power up some runes and really improve our efficiency. I've been farming GB10 like crazy. We've still got a 100% success rate, and you guys, we hit a new best time of, I believe it's 57 seconds. So we are actually sub 1 minute on our GB10 team. Now this is not the average, okay? This is not the norm. This is the exception to the rule, but we are there. And there we are, 100% crit rate. He's decently fast. We don't have him speed tuned for a dungeon yet, and we actually do want to 5-star him. So one of the steps in level 3, I believe it's level 3, it might actually be, yeah, it's in level 3, is to 6-star a monster, okay? So we have the runes right now, or sorry, not the runes, the fodder right now to 6-star a monster, okay? And Lauren was going to be our 6-star of choice. Sierra would be a good 6-star as well, but we want to do Lauren for our dungeon teams as a priority. And actually, you know, now I'm thinking about it, maybe we won't, because she does have really good stats from the runes we have on her currently, so we might not need to. But we do have enough to 5-star the Vertiheal at least here. So we're going to do that. We'll do that right now because from what I've seen, that is not a requirement. So we might actually 6-star the Sierra so that we can really start to round out a strong arena offense team, because the increased base stats that she will get there will help us out a ton. And we'll also probably start working on a Megan so that we have a speed booster outside of Bernard to help with that as well. All right, you guys. So Vertiheal is now 5-starred. So we'll pump in some. Do we have some fire? We do got some fire. So we're gonna pump in these fire guys to level them up real quick here, and he's actually gonna be a big part of our DB10 team as we start to push into DB10. That is something that we could actually test out today. Maybe I should have saved these resources to see what we get from our 100 summons, but ultimately DB10 is our next big push on this account. That is the focus, so we need to maintain our focus and get in there. Let's go test it out and see how our DB10 team might actually operate right now, and if we need to 6-star the Lauren, she will be priority. If 6-starring her is going to be the difference between success and failure, we will do that. Oh, we can also, oops, we'll also +9 this rune just so we have it. And if we can start farming DB10, then wow, just wow, we're really making solid progress on this account. So I wouldn't mind a roll into speed here, but also just by powering up the HP on the rune, the flat HP is going to help with his survivability a lot. And if, in case you guys didn't know, Verd also has like a 28% attack speed leader skill in dungeons, so he can be really good as a leader. And we got a little bit more speed there too, so we're gonna have no issues with our teams getting first turn, or maybe even the first 2 turns in our dungeons, and that alone could be really strong. All right, so we got 1 roll into everything. Nothing crazy, but his stats are, he's still really weak. He's really weak on the stats, but we also have kind of throwaway runes on him right now, and he, as you guys can see, he could be just a whole lot better just by sitting here and going through his runes, maybe even re-runing him. But that is that right there. We've got a guild battle. Let's go check our guild battles. I believe they actually just reset for us, so I did the ones this morning already. We've already bought 1 set of Ifrit pieces this week, so we are actually, you guys, down to our last Ifrit piece. The next Ifrit pieces we buy, we get to summon one. So we'll probably save that buy until we're onto that stage in level 3. The hope is to get to level 3 within the next 2 days or so, because with the step that I'm stuck on my main account right now is that you need to actually clear B10 in each of the elemental dungeons. So you have to wait till they all open up, or spend 200 crystals per dungeon. I mean, you could spend 800 crystals and just do it in day 1, but I don't feel like that is a valuable use of 800 crystals unless you spend a ton of money in the game, and crystals are something that you're just exploding with, and patience is something you have none of. Then go ahead. But 800 crystals, even if I had surplus, I would rather do shop refreshes. I'd rather do wishes for an LD Nat 5. You know, I'd rather do just about anything, because you can literally just wait a couple days and do it for free. And it's just people are impatient and they want to get their trans scroll so they can do a big summon session or whatever it might be. But all right, so let's do this last guild battle right quick. And we'll dive into it. So you guys have probably seen that chat just lights up right now with Nat 5s. It's because the 100 summons, every account gets the 100 summons. Everybody gets a trans scroll. There's also a trans scroll pack out for the 6th anniversary if anybody is looking to spend money in the game. It is absolutely incredible value. The re-up stones are a must pick out of your 2 choices, and then I would typically recommend the runes unless you've got a lot of good runes and that are simply just re-up targets. If you've got a surplus of those, and violent, almost always you buy violent. Maybe will sometimes. Swift, it's a tough buy because you're simply speed chasing, and that is a very hard thing to do. So I'm talking about this one here. Again, this is a free-to-play account. We're not doing this. We did get the trans scroll on the main account, and we're going to have Island Grow and do a summon session in about a week's time on that. But you also get 2 Splendid Blessing of Summons, which is the 5-star pick, so you can pick left or right. So yeah, you would definitely get the re-up stones. The runes, violent runes, would be my next best choice. And if you've got a ton of those, then the immemorial gems and grinds are the 3rd best option, and summons would be it's such a gamble, right? You have to look at it as, if you get the LD ones, you're buying 3 light and dark Nat 3s. Okay, the chances of getting a spark are 1 in 16. Chances of getting an LD Nat 5 are 1 in 285. So you give yourself 3 chances. Or mystical scrolls, you'll get 2 to 3 lightnings would be your average. With that many mystical scrolls, yeah. So I don't recommend them, but this account, like I say, is free to play. We're not spending a dime on it, and we're still finding great success. We haven't really done Labyrinth this week yet, but that's okay. Let's go and try to earn some glory points so we can level up our Sanctum of Energy one more time. for those of you that don't know, TOA reset last night as of the time of recording this video. TOA reset, and I've already pushed up to past floor 70 on this account. So we've already got our Devilmon. We've already put it into Sierra. She just needs, I think, 2 more Devilmons and she's done, fully maxed out. So really, really close. And we can actually get those from the 6-year anniversary coin shop, or we get one on the weekly reset, hopefully. So let's go see here. I've been kind of hitting a wall lately because, oh, there we go. Finally, people are hitting our defense, you guys. Finally, people are hitting our defense, knocking us back down a little bit. I've been having a hard time with this lately because I've had to actually go in and just into some battles that I know I'm probably not going to win. Some of them I'm surprised myself when we do win, but a lot of them, yeah, we still end up losing. But it's helping to drop ranks so that we can refresh our list and get easier fights to actually get some points. But hopefully we can clear most of these wings right now, and then we'll just let it decay as our wings naturally refill. Hopefully people come in, hit our defense, we can come back, recycle, and repeat and try again, right? This is the dream. Rip the dream. So they say. All right. Okay, she's gonna stall us out here. We'll avoid the provoke for now, and then we'll just finish her off here, I hope. There we go. And this way we'll be able to buy the level 4, and hopefully, you know, as long as we're being somewhat active and clearing our wings for about the next 24 hours or so, we should be able to get level 5 fairly easily. And I'm still hoping by the end of the week that we get at least our 180 so that we can get our Devilmon for next week. So unfortunately, what would have been a regular Glory Tower upgrade this week will not be happening, but that's okay. For everything that we get by working on this event, it's well worth it. Plus, I think we get 30 points back by completing this step of the quest anyway, and that's still really good, right? I mean, 30 points is a decent amount. If you're in Challenger level, that's a full 10 wins right there. So that's pretty significant value. All right, we got the Jelton down. That thing can be very dangerous. Samath, this one we might not actually win. Just because of his passive mechanic. But here's hoping, fingers crossed. You know. Can we get an attack break? No, we don't get the attack break. Okay. This time, no dice. Okay, we'll hopefully get the kill here then. There we go. Okay, so he does this Rageful Return where he does a ton of damage. Oh, we got a big proc, and it wasn't enough damage to kill our team. I was worried it could have been, right? It definitely could have been. It's a very good unit to do a troll. Hey, it's our most wanted Nat 4, Illusion, which is still not in the stone rotation, by the way. So, as of right now, we're saving our stones. But hey, with any luck, I would almost rather Illusion than a lot of Nat 5s out there. There are definitely a lot of Nat 5s that I want. That would really help our account out. But Illusion is just so clutch. He's so key for so many things. He'd be a great addition to the team. This is good. If we can get revenged back. Oh no, they took that away, didn't they? Oh no, they didn't. If your defense gets beat, you can. So hopefully we get revenged back by these guys, and then we can just keep kind of trading wins back and forth. That would be ideal here. We might actually lose to a couple support units here. We shall see. There we go. Get that cleansed up. Oh, there's the big pull. Good, he didn't land that attack break on the Roke. And that is almost dead now. Still, she didn't land the attack break on the Roke. That's kind of surprising, actually. Wow, 3 times in a row. Normally she lands that thing no problem, even on wind units. So I'm a little surprised right now. Color me impressed. This Roke has done such great work on this account, though, hasn't he? I mean, you look at all the videos we've done, all the content we've done. Without this Roke on here, I don't think we'd be half as far along. half as quick as we are, you know? All right, we're not, there's no way we're beating that right now. We'll do this, and I see we've got a rival up as well, so that's good. We'll go and clear the rival. All right, you guys, so I'm curious. No, it doesn't matter where you're at in the game, whether today is the first day that you're logging into Summoners War ever and playing this game, or if you've been playing for 6 years. What Nat 5 are you hoping for, or were you wanting from your Transcroll? And what did you get? If you've already summoned it, what did you get? And was it what you wanted? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious, because it always makes me happy when people get their dream Nat 5s, right? Like, it's such a great feeling to pull that dream Nat 5. And I hope that every summoner gets to experience that on multiple occasions, because obviously when you pull your dream one, now, okay, well, what's your next dream Nat 5, right? Obviously, we all dream about getting those OPLD Nat 5s. But though there's realistic dreams, and then there's pipe dreams. And LD Nat 5s, I would like to think, are kind of more along the pipe dream side of things. All right, so level 4, we're going to buy right now. That for 140 glory points. There we go. That's this tower here, obviously. So level 5 rather, is going to be 180 glory points. So the same cost as the Devilmon. The price goes up by 40 glory points with every upgrade, which is actually really, really cheap when we're comparing it to any of the other tower upgrades here. So that is easily obtained within the next 24 hours, especially if our arena defense can really start to suffer some more losses. That's the goal, right? Okay, you guys. So this is where we're at right now. So TOA, we cleared up to, I believe, floor 82. Yes, we cleared up to floor 82, and TOA hard, we cleared up to floor 30 in the last rotation. So I tried really, really hard to push the TOA 90 to try and get that extra LD scroll. Unfortunately, it just wasn't happening. I tried a lot of times at 82, and we just kept failing. So that is too bad. The cool thing is that today I autoed up to about TOA 69. Autoed. There was a couple battles where we lost, so I had to try it again. And I think the floor 50 and floor 60 boss stages, I manualed those. Just because. The TOA 50 boss, we actually one-shot with Crow, which was hilarious to me. So really, really happy with this. I'm pretty confident we'll get up to and clear TOA 80 again this time. And likely further. But that I'm not going to do right now, because I want to see what we can do with a GB10 team. So I think we might drop the Rogue here. Is Rogue the drop, or is Crow the drop? So I want to bring Vertiheel in. Vertiheel will bring a whole ton of extra turn cycling in for us, and hopefully allow us to actually get the boss down pretty quick. So I feel like, okay, well, let's just try it out. Because we've got a lot of nuke potential here, but let's bring in the speed, okay? And let's try this out. So the goal is to kill the boss before killing any of the towers. That is like when we, sorry, that was the mid boss we were looking at. Dungeon boss, okay, still that. So when we're talking about doing efficient DB10 speed runs, getting to the point of doing this without touching the towers, aside from AoE abilities, of course, is what we're after, right? We want to try to kill that boss as quickly as possible before we really suffer any damage. And as you guys can already see here, like, we're squishy, right? We're squishy. We're going to take damage, and I do have a feeling that depending on how RNG works out for us, we might lose monsters before we even get to the boss stage. And if we lose a monster before we get to the boss stage, it's that runs a loss for us, right? I don't think we have the rune quality at this point in time to push, clear this boss with 4 monsters only, unless we're super, super lucky. But ideally here, okay, we didn't get it that time. Okay, we got a little bit of pushback from Lauren there. So the other thing I really need to do with our Lauren here, you guys, is skill her up. I haven't done that yet. I haven't even tried to look for another Cowgirl secret dungeon since we got her to get skill ups for her. But she needs a... And holy crap, we just annihilated the DB10 boss with a minute 22. Okay, I don't know if we're going to be consistent. Like I said, I don't entirely trust that this team is going to be consistent. And depending how turn cycles and everything goes, Lauren might not have been able to strip that immunity right when she did. Like, that was perfect timing to strip the immunity off the boss there. And that is very likely just kind of fluky AI. But as our rune quality improves more, as we get our Verd max level, or up to level 35, we'll max level the Lauren. Actually, if we can do this with fairly good success, I very well just might leave Lauren at 5-star for now and 6-star Sierra, because she's gonna help out our arena and guild war teams as a 6-star so much more. Like, there's a ton of value in 6-starring her as a damage dealer. She's got the 24% global speed lead, which is just, it's so good for Siege, for Guild War, for Arena. Yeah, and she'll be that much better in our Ice Rift Beast as well, which, if we want to start moving into being able to farm those soon, because we want to be able to farm our weekly re-ups. We want to be able to get a homunculus at some point in the near future, right? At least the attack homunculus is very, very valuable to have. So, but this, I want to do a few runs here and see how reliable this team can be. But this is huge. This is absolutely huge. If we're running this consistently this early, I did not expect to see this level of success already from this team. So we'll see if we can clear. Like, this is the power of Verd and Lauren, though, right? They can lock something down, but we need to get that immunity off. Otherwise, the dragon's going to start attacking and getting turns, and that's where we die. So if the Verd gets one shot there, that's not a surprise. The immunity came up right after we stripped it. That's unfortunate. But I think we lose this fight. So skilling up our Lauren is going to be really, really crucial here. So our team is not done yet. We're not in a position where I'm going to spend really any more energy trying to farm DB10 over GB10. We still got a ton of runes that we can farm from GB10 to help improve this team as well as other monsters as we get them. So DB10 is still going to be a work in progress right now, as we suspected. Sorry, words are hard today. But skilling up our Lauren is definitely going to be a priority. So when those light dungeons come out, it's going to be high priority to look to trying to get into one of those, because we need that strip to be more reliable. Oh, we do have some. Okay, well, we got the skill ups that we got from her for when we got the dungeon. Obviously, we farmed extras, so I got 3 extras. I farmed four Laurens that time, plus we need an extra one for the Paladin fusion at some point as well. So, having an extra one in storage will be of benefit as well. But we actually, getting the cooldown reduction would be huge on this second skill, but her activation chance is already at the max it can be, which is only 75%. I mean, so there's 75% chance that the skill won't even activate, let alone accuracy resist check itself. Plus, getting more accuracy on her can be huge. We can also, we got a ton of room for improvement on these runes. These runes can be plus 15. We can look for a little bit more accuracy on some of these as well to try and increase her chances of getting that strip when we need to. So we have that, plus her survivability can go up. We can probably push her over 20k HP. just by powering up these 2 runes right here. And obviously her speed can be improved by, 12 more speed. So she can be almost a 200 speed unit, which, I mean, moving forward in the game really isn't that fast, but for where we're at right now, it's pretty good speed. So that's awesome. That's where we're at, you guys. That is where we are at right now with things. With this event, we had to max level 2 4-star monsters. So I did Imacetti and I think Chilling. So I max leveled those because we're going to be using this guy. And I have a little bit of leaked information that Imacetti will be one of the 5 Hall of Heroes that we get to choose from as part of the 6th anniversary event. So every year on the anniversary event, they give us one of each element Hall of Heroes, and we get to choose which one we want to go into. And word on the street is that Imacetti will be one of them. So we might actually go and farm skill ups for him, depending what the other options are. I can't remember off the top of my head, because he could be good there. But we've been skilling up these guys. So this skill is the big hit. This is the big reason we use copper. It's maxed out. This one for Bulldozer still needs a lot of skill ups too. So, but we're getting there. We're getting there. They got runes on some of them, not really much, but we're getting there for that team. Anyways, let's do our summons, you guys. I have been chomping at the bit to do some summons lately, and I think now's the time. I think now is the time. So we're going to put a few monsters here into storage, the ones that we are not using at this time. Okay. And if we can get, so there's that. Let's throw these ones in here as well for now. Oh, we don't have enough storage spaces. Uh-oh. Okay. We'll buy a couple. We'll buy some slots here. Let's do that. Let's buy one more slot. Make it in 110 to go. All right, you guys. Now is the time. Yeah, we expanded it. Give us some mana back. That's fine. Now is the time. So, what do we have to summon here? We've got 1 legendary, 1 LD, and 101 mystics. All right, guys. This is summoning 101. I'll show myself. You guys, you thought it was fun. You laughed. You know you did. Don't even kid me. Let's see what we can do with 101 summons. We want that Lucian. I want a Lucian. He's got to be my number 1. A Varad would be amazing too. It would be so clutch. But let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Plus, we're probably going to get a lot of food. Things to feed for skill ups, as well as things to help evolve other monsters, things for fusions, all the good stuff, right? But so we've got a 50% chance, I want to say, at getting an at 5, because the average is 1 in 200 mystical scrolls. So there is a chance. There is a chance that we'll get an at 5. Hey, a Lapis skill up. Very good. We'll take that, because having her do more damage is never a bad thing. It'll only speed up our runs a little bit, right? All right, we are 16 in with 2 lightnings. All right, light phantom or wind phantom thief. He's not bad. He's got I think a guaranteed stun on his 3rd skill. He can do decent damage. I personally have never built him, but I know he's not a terrible monster. But not something that we're going to probably invest in anytime soon. There's already a myriad of other things on our account that we need to build, and we don't even have enough for all of those. So, all right, there's our 3rd lightning. Okay, Kobold Bomber. Wind Kobold Bomber is really nothing special. He's got a bomb, which is great. He unlocks a 3rd skill when they awaken. That's normal for the Kobold Bombers. And they've got a 50% accuracy lead for their element. But the wind one is not one that you really see built too often. They'll be built for some bomb teams with a Sierra speed tune, so that the Kobold Bomber goes first and Sierra goes right after, so she can detonate all the bombs. So sometimes the wind one will be built there if there's no other alternative. It is an option for us, but we've got, like I said, priority wise, she's just doing. Okay, I thought for a second it was the fire one. I got really excited. Melissa is still a very good. Any of the twins are really good. So the Wind Chakram Dancer, super stoked. Fire or water would have been ideal because then we could use those in our dungeon runs, but we finally have one of the twins. We finally have one of the twins, you guys. If we get a Boomerang Warrior as a pair, they can do crazy, crazy damage. And all the twins are good. They're all good. Some are better than others, but they are all good. All right, lightning rates are picking up. I like this. A Kamoon, okay. Very, very good monster in Siege and Guild War. Very good monster. So awesome to have that. Let's keep going. We got lots. Okay, I'm liking these lightning rates come to us. I'm liking these lightning rates. All right, a Dryad. I've never really built and played around with them. I know some of them are pretty decent. Some of them are not so much. This one. So they get, basically, they can absorb 50% attack bar on their first skill. That's synonymous among all of the Dryads. Attacks all enemies to decrease their attack speed for 2 turns with a 50% chance and their attack bar by 50%. So it can really help control the enemy team in terms of speed and turn. And the passive is inflicts continuous damage on the target for 2 turns with every attack. If you attack an enemy who already has continuous damage, additionally inflicts continuous damage for 1 turn. So yeah, she could be a decent daughter, I guess. I can definitely see her being used in TOA hard as a means of CC and dotting up the opposing team, which is very common in TOA hard especially. So she could be really good there. We're going to obviously hold on to her because we keep at least one of everything, of every nat 4. So we'll definitely hold on to her. And we might build her for TOA hard when the time comes for us to start building that team. But that is still a little ways away. We got other priorities first. All right, there we go. Another lightning. What do we got? Hua! All right. Fire Rakshasa. She is a solid unit. Definitely will be keeping that to build at some point. Very good unit. Let's keep going, you guys. Another lightning. All right, these lightning rates are awesome. Tyrone. This guy is a CC machine. Absolute CC machine, okay? So his first skill is nothing crazy special. If he lands a crit, then he gives himself a crit buff, a 30% crit buff. So, well, all crit buffs are 30%. So nothing crazy. He gives himself a crit buff, right? He's also got a global 19% leader skill for speed, which is obviously very good. Second skill attacks all enemies 2 times, with each hit having a 40% chance of increasing the glancing hit, or applying glancing hit rather. His third skill attacks all enemies with a hailstorm to decrease their attack speed for 2 turns and freezes them for 1 turn. So this is basically like a budget Varad, okay? This guy is really good. He was one of the first nat 4s I built decently well on my alt account, on my main account back in the day. He is definitely worth building, and he will be well used in TOA as well as other areas of the game. He can be very good in PvP as well, depending on how he's built. All right, we got a Jack-Lantern. We got a Chilling. Okay, so he could be skill ups. That is always good to have more of. Lukasha. Okay, she's actually not a bad damage dealer. I've seen people build her for dungeon teams before. That doesn't necessarily mean we will, but she is just a 3-star Harpy, right? The Dark Harpy is often built for dungeon teams and can be used in speed runs pretty well. All right, Gargoyle. Gargoyles aren't anything special. They're neat little toys, but there was a lot of hype around them when they first came out. People built them and tested them, and they honestly turned out to be pretty meh in the end. So we'll hold on to it in the hopes that maybe they get a buff or something, but not something that we're going to be investing in the near future. Oh, we got another Wind Chakram Dancer. All right. What is this? Time gates confirmed. Come to us. Come on now. Sorry, I was skipping lightning here like a pro streamer. I did it again. And we got another Imasetti. So skill ups for that. All right. this little bit of lag. I'm glad the server lag from the last couple days has been resolved, but that little bit of a delay, because we've got so many monsters that we've just summoned around our circle right now, it's going to create a bit of lag. I was jumping the gun on hitting that skip button. All right, there we go. I won't skip this one. Won't skip this one. Okay, fire sniper. I don't see anybody using him. The water one is very good as a single target nuker, often paired up with Kali, the fire high elemental. They each have very heavy hitting single target attacks that ignore defense, so can basically just delete a monster at their choosing. Martial cats are always good. Garrosh, okay, he can be all right in some guild content, but not something I really put a lot of priority in. All right, fire nine-tailed fox. I believe we already got one of those anyway, but it'll go in the storage locker for now. All right, well, ultimately I don't think we can complain about our lightning rates, you guys. Of course, a nat 5 would have been really nice. I mean, we still have a chance. We still have a chance, and we might even get our first LD spark on this account, because we do have one opportunity at that. So 1 in 16 chance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get our first LD lightning on this account. Please come to us. They denied us again. Dark Martial Cat. Okay. If we're talking PvP, this thing is probably the most meta, most OP unit in the game right now. So when she's second awakened, her third skill, which is a passive, among other things, so she gets like a guaranteed chance to revenge and whatnot if she's hit with a critical hit, but she cannot die to a critical hit. So basically anything you've got built up on crazy high as a damage dealer in the game is going to have high crit rate, and for whatever reason, when you're fighting against one, even a monster where you've got like 30% crit rate on it seems to always crit on this monster. It's so tilting to fight against these things. But they are very, very strong to have. So I'm glad we got one, and we will definitely build her. This is like pulling a lightning, a nat 4 for LDs. So I'm glad we got this. She will be built. She will be built at some point when we start to focus more on building up more PvP teams. Let's try the Legend Scroll. All right, Jojo. So either fusion material or skill ups for Lucian when we get him. We'll see what comes first. All right, well, all in all, not a bad summon session. Like I say, I don't really see a Lucian on the horizon here. We don't even have a Boomerang Warrior on the horizon here to go for to pair up with our Chakram Dancer. So, is what it is, right? Let's go see how many lightnings did we get. So, not counting one for the legendary scroll. So we'll say this one we're not going to count, right? We got 4. All right, okay, well, let's not count the fake ones. So 3, 6, 9, 13, 14 lightnings and 101 scrolls is actually really good, considering it's 1 in 12 odds. So you would expect 10 lightnings and 120 scrolls. For example, we got 14 and 101. Really, really good lightning rates. So we can't complain. Absolutely cannot complain. And we got some good nat 4s. Not some crazy OP ones, but we did get some good ones. I want to make sure we lock a few of these units that we're going to be keeping around for sure. And some of these are going to go into skill ups like right away as well. Some of them are just going to go and sit in storage. Most of them are just going to go and sit in storage for now. But we're gonna go ahead and do some skill ups with what we can. So first off, obviously, we got our Lapis here. So yeah, her skills don't get increased cooldowns or anything like that. She's already at the lowest cooldown, which is really neat for a lot of the Magic Knights. So the skill ups typically just apply either activation chance, healing, or increased damage. And I'm always happy with increased damage. What else did we get here for skill ups? So we've got the Wind Horus. We'll just put that in storage for now, to be honest, because maybe we'll summon more and we can just use those to evolve them to 5-star and skill them up at the same time. You know, 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. And most of our 3-stars, I think, are here in storage. So I think I saw a few of these come through as well. So we'll pump those in. I don't think we got a single Frankenstein, actually, out of all that. Did we get a single Frankenstein? I don't see a one. We did not get a single one. Oh, yeah, we did. We got one. We got one, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's do this. So he should be actually pretty close to max skilled. We're going to lock this cat as well. We do not want to be losing that anytime soon. Let's go back all the way up to the top. Okay, so how is he looking for skill ups now? He still needs 3 more. Okay. I saw 1 for this down here. I don't think I saw a water one, did I? I'm just going to double check, make sure I'm not missing it, and we have to come back and do it again. Okay, it was a wind one that we saw, so we'll do this. The fire one is really the only one that sees a lot of use right now. None of the other ones really do. Our Bernard does need skill ups, but I'm curious if we have a Spectra saved at this time. We do have one. It is fusion as well, I think, though. What is it used in? It's used to fuse Wind Magic Knight, which is really just there for Bulwark. Or, not Bulwark, but anyway. Alright. The water one is also there. So we can do at least one, because I really need Bernard's 3rd skill to be maxed out here, you guys. It is taking its sweet time. But I think, so we'll use one. One's for fusion. We do want to build one as well eventually. So I don't want to waste it right now if we don't need to. Let's do this. Body slam, okay. Not the skill we wanted, but that's all right. So we'll go throw some of these things in storage. We're actually going to have to buy a lot more storage space if we're going to put everything in storage that we want to do. So we'll buy a couple there. It is expensive to buy storage slots, so I'm not going to go crazy and buy all the storage space right now. And this can often be the challenge and why people don't keep a lot of their Nat 4s, is because they run out of storage space and they're like, ooh, I don't want to have to keep that. We can actually skill her up, because I don't think these aren't fusion, so we can skill her up. Werewolves, I'm not super keen on building right now. Did we start arena at all? I cannot recall. I don't think we ever did start one of these, so maybe we'll hold on to that as well. This can be worth holding on to just as a skill up for Kali. Definitely want to keep martial cats, because a lot of them are really good second awakened, but they all need to be max skilled, obviously, right? Did I put the Megan pieces in storage? No, we're not doing that. Okay, good. We'll keep those out. So Kali is this one. We'll keep that as well. And what do we got down here? We're going to keep martial cats are being kept. Okay, so that is about all we're going to keep. Everything else here can be used as fodder to level up or evolve our other monsters, or a couple skill ups as well, which is good. So we should be able to get some really good skill ups done, evolutions done soon. We need some more 6-stars, you guys. We need to get on the 6-star train a little bit here and get a lot of them done. But that is going to do it for today in this video. Thank you guys all for watching. As always, be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below with your thoughts, again, what you guys want in your Transcroll, and what you think. Maybe you take a guess at what we're going to get in our Transcroll in the next episode, because that is going to be happening. We're going to push to make that happen. And as always, Subscribe to the channel for more content and regular uploads, and we'll see you all in the next one. Happy summoning.